up, I hopefully will send you away with some really awesome tech tools and some tech knowledge that you can take into a job or into a future post-secondary diploma or degree or college. So all of our coursework should be viewed in this browser here called Google Chrome. So if you use Microsoft, I will tell you that Google tools that we're going to be using in this class, they're not friends with Microsoft. So where possible, try and install the Google Chrome browser. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do that. So all you have to do is type in Chrome browser download. It's free, doesn't cost anything. And there you go, download and install Google Chrome. Just be aware, make sure it comes from google.com. There's lots of, you probably know, there's lots of scamming sites out there. And sometimes if you have some junk on your browser, it might pull up something that's not from Google. Make sure before you download it, it says google.com, download and install. Once you've downloaded and installed Google, your browser looks something like this. It's just got a nice little clean white tab. And then unless you've used Google before, you should have nothing signed in. But if you're like me and you're a constant Google user, what you want to do is you want to use Google Chrome sign in, which means you go to the top of your browser and make sure you're signed in this little spot at the top. I'm just going to sign out of this account so I can show you what I mean. So you might already have a Gmail and you're already signed in up here with your own personal account. I recommend that you use the very top right-hand side of your browser on that little dot. Like if I type in the word google.com, you'll see there's a sign in down here as well underneath. Go to the very top of your browser, follow the search bar or the Omnibox all the way along the top and click on that little dot that's at the top. Click add profile, and then I'm going to get you to sign in and I'll show you what happens when you do that. So all Wahsa students have access to an email address. And if for some reason you're not sure what that is, please reach out and let me know or give the office a call on 807-737-1488. The format for your email through Wahsa or NNEC is your first name, dot your last name, and then the month you were born by numbers. So if you were born in November, the month would be 11. If you were born in January, it wouldn't just be 1, you have to put a 0 in front of it. It would have to be a 01. It has to be 2 digits. So first name, dot last name, the number of the month that you were born in my case, it's 11, the day you were born. I was born on November 7th, so we're going to put a 0 and a 7. Remember, if it's only one number, you have to start it with a 0. So it's first name, dot last name, month, day. So the month you were born, the day you were born. You don't have to tell me how old you are. You don't have to tell me year. At NNECSCHOOLS.org and your initial password. Just going to log in. Okay, your initial password is going to be Wahsa student. Everybody has the same password to start. It's going to prompt you to reset that password when you first log in. You'll see once you've logged in, it's actually going to welcome you to your new profile. You're going to turn on sync and you'll see that you have the ability to choose your icons and the title. We call this demo account. Perfect. And then you'll see both of these little icons will match. So this is your new account. It's all it should match here. These two icons should be the same as long as you've logged in at the top of your browser. This way your Google accounts won't get confused from one to the other. If I want to go back to my original teacher account, I'm going to click on that little dot and go back to my other account and you'll see, I don't know why this isn't signed in. It should be. Give me one sec. Right. See these two icons match? That's what you want to happen. So I can go back and forth between the two accounts. It opens a fresh, clean, new set of windows and tabs for me, so I don't get one account confused with the other. Okay, so you're signed in as your new NNEC schools account, and now we're going to take a quick tour of what's available to you as an NNEC schools student. So once you've signed in, you're going to look for these little waffles. If you prefer bingo, let's call it a bingo card. So look for a waffle, look for bingo. You're going to click on that and you're going to see there's a whole bunch of apps that are available to you through your NNEC schools account. First one is email. So if you need to reach out with your teachers or email me, you have access to a Gmail account. Let's open it up. And there we go. Okay, Gmail there, and you'll see that it's very intuitive. So if you start typing my name, it's going to find me right away. Same with any other teacher. If you're looking for Doug LeConte, he's going to pop up right away. Because we're part of the same organization, it's very smart and responsive that way. Let's go back to the waffles. That's Gmail. Google Drive is where all of your documents are stored, and I'm going to tell you a little trick about that. Do you see how Google Drive has 3 colors? We have green, and that represents Google Sheets. We have yellow, and that represents Google Slides. And we have blue, which represents Google Docs. So it doesn't matter where you go. If you use Google Classroom for my course, we're going to talk about that in a minute. All of your files are stored in Google Drive. Okay? And Google Drive is just cloud storage, so you don't need to save anything. It saves it all automatically for you. If you're more of a visual person, you'll see all my files here are listed in a list. I don't like lists. I prefer folders, so I'm going to choose a different view. I don't want list view. I'm going to go to the top right here, and I want it by documents so I can see them visually. Yeah, super easy, right? Okay. So we had a look at Gmail. We took a look at Google Drive. You're going to see that all of your documents that you're working on in your course are in here. You can also create your own documents by hitting this new button. You can create a Google Doc, a Google Sheet, a Google Slide, all the Google things. Feel free to play around with that. It's a really good idea to do that. If you are feeling a little overwhelmed with the number of documents you have here, you also have the ability to create a folder. So when you click on folders, you can go new folder, and you can create some folders to help yourself stay organized. You can actually view by files or view by folders. Okay, Gmail, Google Drive, and then this is where all of our coursework is hosted in Google Classroom. We're going to take one more tour. So you'll see that you've been invited to any course that you're registered in Wahsa, and in the near future, every course in Wahsa is going to have a Google Classroom. You'll see that you'll be invited to Google Classroom here. If for some reason you have yet to be invited, you can actually email your teacher and ask for the course code. Every Google Classroom has a code or a join code. You're going to hit this plus and click join class, and then you're going to get the class code from your teacher. Okay. Sometimes the teachers will do what I do, where they send Google Classroom directly to the students. You click join and you're in. So in here is where you're going to find all of the coursework for my class. On page 1, the first page is going to be the stream. Any announcements or things that need to be done for the day. Maybe I need to tell you that I'm away. You'll see that in the stream. Maybe you want to post something to the rest of the class, asking a question. Please feel free to do that in the stream to have a discussion. So the stream is where like pertinent information goes. Under the classwork tab is where you'll see all of our coursework. I'm going to remind you one more time that each of the classes are divided all the way up until day 15. So really, we have 4 weeks of in-class work, and then you should be going away on your co-op placement to collect your work placement hours. When you go into Google Classroom, you'll see if the assignments are grayed out like this, it means you've already completed them. When you see them bright like this, it means we haven't completed them yet. So I'm going to talk a little bit about these icons. At the top here, you're going to see a little book with a bookmark. Whenever you see that, that's course material. You don't have to action anything. There aren't necessarily assignments. It's course materials like textbook pages or your course outlines, or maybe links to the slides from previous classes. Okay, that's what you're going to see under the materials icons. When you see a clipboard like this with the lines, that's when there's an assignment. So yesterday we did a voice typing assignment where we clicked on it, and to view instructions, you just click on view instructions, and then I will give you instructions on how to complete that assignment. When you're finished that assignment, you're going to submit it. I'm just going to unsubmit so you can see what it looks like. You're going to hit turn it in, and what that will do is notify me that I need to go mark your assignments. So again, stream is where announcements are. Classwork is where you'll find your classwork. Sometimes you'll see a little icon with a question where there's no necessary assignment, but you might have to just answer a question. Like yesterday, we talked about setting ourselves 3 goals. Okay. So that's where you access your coursework in Google Classroom. If you want to email me or email fellow classmates, you'll see a class list listed there as well. That's just a quick tour of Google Classroom. You can also get right to your class drive folder in your Google Drive by clicking on your Drive folder. And there you go. There's our coursework, and it's all hosted in this nice Google Classroom folder. There it is there. Pretty cool, huh? So Classroom, any courses you have in Google Classroom will be divided by course code. You'll see there's our DC030 there. So you can go back and forth like Google Classroom and Google Docs talks to each other, because even though you're doing assignments in Google Classroom, all of those assignments are actually stored in your Google Drive. If you're confused, give me a call. We'll go through it together. Okay, so we talked Gmail, we talked Google Drive, we talked Google Classroom. I'm going to remind you that in any Google Doc or assignment that you have access to some pretty awesome tools. And I'm going to show you those tools just by opening a Google Doc. So this doesn't matter if teachers have sent you assignments in Google and you're like, can I use these tools? You absolutely can. So I'm going to start a document called the Google Tools by Katie. Okay, the first tool I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the voice typing tool, because in some cases you'll have assignments to do and you're like, Katie, I am not a writer. I'm not a fan of writing at all. I want to be able to use my voice to type. Well, guess what? There's even that tool. So when you go to the top of a Google Doc and you go to Tools and you check off voice typing, what it's going to do is it's going to let you use your voice to type. So watch. You're going to click to speak. It's going to ask you first to allow the microphones. Make sure you do that. And now you'll see that everything I say will be typed. If I want to put punctuation in, I can say period, new paragraph. Then you'll see a new paragraph begins and I can keep typing. Period, new paragraph. New paragraph. Okay, of course it's not perfect, but it definitely makes it faster for you to get your ideas out. So that's one tool. That's voice typing. Excellent tool to use in any assignment that you're doing for any of the teachers in this course or in other courses. Another tool that you've probably noticed is at the top of your browser, and that's your Read and Write for Google. Every Wahsa and NNEC student has access to Read and Write for Google. You're going to click on that little puzzle piece. It's going to open up a little drop down of tools, which is awesome. And what this tool allows you to do is you can use predict text. So as you're typing, it will predict the words for you. Wow, super smart. You can also, if maybe you don't know what a word means, you can click on the word and use the dictionary. It's going to give you a definition. Not only does it give you the definition, it will even read it out loud for you. So listen. Okay, dictionary. If you're a visual learner, you can choose picture dictionary, where it gives you an idea of what course means. Okay, two really awesome tools: predict your words, dictionary. The next one, which is really awesome, is you can allow it to read things for you. So if you highlight the text you want read, you can hit the play button Okay, so it will read information for you. All right, so you have access to read and write for Google. You have access to Google Classroom. You have access to Google Drive. You have access to Gmail. The last tool I'm going to show you today is the tool called Dualless. Sometimes we have to watch a video. We also have to do an assignment at the same time. So this tool is really awesome for helping split your screen. If you just have one monitor, this allows you to have two screens in one. So we're going to download this extension, it's called. We're going to go to the Chrome Web Store, and you'll see a little shopping bag at the bottom of Google here. And we're going to look for the extension Dualless. There it is. What you're going to do is click add that extension to Chrome, and then you'll see it will just briefly pop up here, and then it might disappear. You're going to click on that little puzzle piece and pin it so it shows up on your bar up here. What Dualless does is it allows me, for example, if I'm going into my coursework for Google Classroom, maybe I'd like to look at my course outline on one page. There we go. And maybe I want to take notes on another page. So you're going to open up both those tabs. Here's my document. Okay. And you're going to click on this Dualless extension, and I want to split this page half and half. So now on one side, I have my course outline, and on the other side, I have the ability to type in a document and take some notes. So what Dualless does is it allows you to have two screens open just on one individual screen. So maybe you don't have multiple monitors or you don't work that way. Dualless is a really awesome way to watch, even watch a video. So let's say you want to do, let's go back to full screen. Let's say that you want to watch a YouTube video. Let's just pick anyone. Let's do Disney Channel star. That's not what we want. Let's go to, okay, let's say we want to watch all about the Nerd Cafe as well as do our work. So we're going to click on this link. We're going to go to Dualless, and we want to have this one be super skinny so I can still watch this one, and I can also work on my coursework at the same time while watching a video for all you multitaskers out there. Then to get back to where you were before, you can just click on the Dualless link and say, take us back to one big page, and there you go. So a whole bunch of tech tools for you today. We've learned that we have access to email through Gmail. Where did it go? Okay, we have access to Gmail. We have access to Google Drive, Google Classroom. We've added a new extension. There's two tools that you can take into support your learning. And now we're going to dive in.